What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rebel Racing Network in the Hardline Rebels Truck Series. And tonight we're going to have dang near 40 trucks here at Watkins Glen International Speedway in New York for some road course action. Man, can't wait. I mean, NASCAR's easiest and probably most welcoming and probably the easiest to get into road course racing is the Watkins Glen Cup layout, and that's where we're at tonight. Definitely one of my favorites. Old school, got a lot of speed, a lot of really nice, easy corners for a big stock car, and that's why we love it. So, looking forward to tonight, getting ready to see what these trucks can do. I think it's gonna be a good one. We got some really fast guys, some guys who really know how to get around road courses in here tonight. Man, it's gonna be exciting for sure to see who can kind of guys who are normally up front, maybe struggling in the mid pack, guys who are normally mid pack or back, maybe find themselves up front. It's a different discipline. It takes a different set of skills, and that kind of we'll see how that all works. But going to be fun. I want to thank our sponsors, of course, Jeff By Jr. Art, Hard Charger Award by Dark Horse Motorsports, Chuck Pegler with the Pole Award, and the Best Paint by Jeff By Jr., and the Post Race by Flexible Freight Solution, the Hard Luck Award by No Neck Fast Repair, and of course, Kinder Farm Ranch with the Wreckage Rewind, which I would imagine we're going to use quite a bit tonight. But let's talk a little bit about the track and give you an overview of what to expect. Really wide, sweeping corners. You've got turn one that's kind of a tough corner to get into, and as we get going green, that'll be a tough spot initially on the start. But as we get separated, you go up the hill. You got to really keep those RPMs up as you go through the S's, and of course you get to the bus stop down at the end of the straightaway. You got to really get in there, get through there fast in these trucks. You got to keep the speed up. Can't spend a whole lot of time dilly-dallying around. As you go out of the bus stop, you go down into the carousel, keep the speed up. Weird left-hand turn, feels awkward, a little banked, and then you go down into 6 to 7 to end the track. So. Or in the lap, excuse me. So a lot of fun, real fun to race on. You can get side by side and have a good time. Qualifying just about over as we check in on our webcams. Who we got on cam tonight? We got Brandon Wallace checking his phone, checking his Facebook, making sure his friends and family knows he's going to try to win this race tonight. Got Charlie Elmore. So if somebody broke in his house, he's not going to know. He is, he can't hear a dang thing, can't see anything, but he's going to have all the everything he can stand tonight trying to get around this track. Kyle Roberts has made his way to the cockpit. He's ready to get rolling as he's got a little bit of cleanup in aisle 1 behind him. Charles Stevens Jr. in the 88, he's ready to go. He's got the Nike. Don't know what he's doing with his hands. Hopefully he keeps his hands up. Charles, if you listen to the broadcast, hands up. We want to know where they're at. But, yeah, he's ready to go take that 88 machine to victory lane here in the Rebels Truck Series. And then, of course, we got the big boss man, head honcho himself, Matt No Neck Clement, leading this group of drivers. And he's got the cam. He's got the little, he's got the lumberjack coat ready to go. Little plaid. You see he's talking to his teammates, talking about what he's got to do tonight. Maybe not too happy with his lap time. Maybe just wishing he could have done a little bit better. What's his plan? He's going to start from the pits. He's going to start in the back. You're going in the middle. What you going to start? How you going to deal with this race? They're talking about it. And he's going to take a hit of the vape. But got a bunch of guys ready to go tonight. Excited to see how this plays out. It's got about 20 seconds left here in qualifying. And, man, we've got somebody that has laid down a screaming lap. As we get the timing tower up, you can kind of see where everybody is. We'll go to the grid in just a second. But, man, look at the differential there. Travis Beckner with a massive 1 second difference here on the lap time. But tell you what, he's going to be the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. Travis Beckner, congratulations. As he's going to take home that. Let's jump into the grid. Got a little bit of time as it's going to take him a while to get around the track. So let's go ahead and jump into the starting grid presented by Jeff by Junior Art. Travis Beckner with the pole with a massive lap time differential. Outside, or to the right, is going to be Michael Kostick. I expect to see him be pretty competitive. I don't know, Travis Beckner laying down a heck of a lap. If he keep it on track, it's going to be hard to overcome a second difference, but we'll see as you got to run the race. Row number 2, Larry Dale. A newcomer tonight. Good to see some new folks here. Jonathan Cofield. 5th and 6th is Sean Cool and James Nelson. 7th and 8th is Andy Kurtz and Dylan Bates. 9th and 10th is Daniel Pope and Chris McLean. 11th, 12th is Kieran Church, Brandon Pollock. 13th, 14th, Eric Tracy and Cody Bame. 15th, 16th is Steve McDonald and Travis Beaver. Corey Bigley and Elliott Carlson. Brandon Wallace and Tommy Osborne. Mickey Isaac, Charles Stevens. Tracy Passons, Spencer Gay. Charlie Elmore, Kyle Roberts. 27th is Ray Page, 28th, Matt Clement. 29th, Brett Bieber, 30th, Matt Knights. 31st is Tyler Rice, 32nd, Mike Veith. 33rd is Butch Taylor, 34th is Josh Oswald. And bringing up the caboose is Alex Veith in the 35th position. 35 drivers here tonight at Watkins Glen. Boy, I tell you what, that is that's going to be crazy. As I go through the bus stop now, getting ready to go green. Let's look at the championship standings real quick. As you see Daniel Pope out with a massive points lead over second place Michael Kostick. Andy Kurtz sitting there in third. Dylan Bates in fourth. And Sean Cool rounds out your top 5. So Daniel Pope with a massive lead. He's got a win or 2, I believe. I'd have to go and check. Let's see real quick. Yeah, I think he got a couple wins on the season, so he is solidly in the playoffs. But a lot of guys getting ready as there's only 2 more races to go to the playoffs. Now that's your Jeff Bott Jr. starting lineup. Congratulations to our Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner, Travis Beckner. We're going to see what Travis is going to do here on this restart. If he can get away quick, I think that's bad news for everybody else. But let's see how turn 1 goes. Turn 1 is going to be a mess. We're probably going to miss some wrecks, I would imagine. We're not going to make it through there very cleanly, but we're going to find out here as field coming to take the green flag. Barney's got the flag in hand, and green flag is out here at Watkins Glen. 30 laps of road course action in the trucks as they go barreling down into turn number 1. Let's see if they can make it through pretty clean. So far, so good. As everybody sort of makes it through, but side by side, Travis Beckner with Michael Kostick as they go through the S's. And Travis is going to take over that spot. You don't really want to be side by side through the S's. But they get it done. You see Sean Cool and James Nelson side by side as they're going to come down into the bus stop. So far, so good. I see a couple guys may have crashed already. But, and Chris McLean is going to go sideways through the bus stop. Oh, big mess as they come barreling into the bus stop. Oh, they're still wrecking. We're going to keep going, though, as I don't think there's any cautions. So it'll be hard to go back and watch any kind of replays tonight, as we won't really have any cautions to really deal with it. But we'll try to catch anything that we can. Let's go back and watch this real quick. See, I think that's Jonathan Cofield. Just gets hot into the corner, and that 58 machine just gets a little bit too hot. And unfortunately, Chris McLean is going to suffer for it. But he's still running in the 14th position. So Chris able to hang on to it for now. As we go back up front, Travis Beckner already out to a pretty nice lead, 1.3 seconds as they go through the S's on the second lap. So there's a little bit of separation here as we watch this battle here for third place. Larry Dale trying to get around Sean Cool in that 25 machine, the 05 of Andy Kurtz. Trying to find a little spot to maybe fit in and jump in himself as they go down into the bus stop. Look down to the inside. Larry Dale not really trying to defend it, but Andy going to give him the space to get in, and now he goes up under him in the bus stop. So Andy Kurtz being real aggressive, not able to get the power down though, and Larry going to be able to pull away as they come out of the bus stop, and that's going to open the door for the number 7 here of James Nelson to get to the inside of Andy. Andy going to have a nice run out of the carousel. Let's see if Daniel Pope maybe gets a run here on the 7. He's going to look down to the inside, and he's going to be there. Let's see if the 7 is going to fight hard for it. He is. As they come off the corner, Dylan Bates actually has to check up quite a bit. So, man, racing going on all over the track. As these guys not wasting any time. Fastest lap, Travis Beckner has set it 1:13.8 on lap number 2. So he is already out to a big lead. Go check in on some drivers. Ray Page out towards the back. Matt Clement, I believe, was involved in an incident earlier in the race. There's a lot of incidents going on, a lot of contact, so it's going to be about impossible to go back and watch it all. But some drivers probably just kind of hanging out, taking their time, letting everything sort of settle, and then jumping back into the action. As let's go on here. Man, look at the we got a ton of drivers here tonight. It's going to be so hard to find all these battles. We'll do the best that we can, though, as we go check out this battle here. Battle here, Brandon Pollock, Eric Tracy, and Cody Bame. You see Brandon Pollock already with a little bit of damage to the front end as he got into that wreck in the bus stop. Damage is not going to be too big a deal as Travis Beckner sets to the fastest lap yet again. But damage is not going to be a huge issue. Just don't want the truck to, have any issue with the front end suspension. But let's see who is making moves already. Brett Bieber, currently your biggest mover in the 808 Bell South Mobility Chevrolet as he's looking down to the inside of Brandon Wallace. So Brett Bieber on the move. Alex Veith also on the move. He's up to 26 after starting in the very back. So 2 or 3 drivers able to dodge all the carnage and make their way through the field. Man, I'll tell you what, this is some pretty impressive racing already. I mean, golly, there's just racing all over the track. As far as your top 5, it's still Travis Beckner, who's starting to pull away by 3 seconds. I think the field's in trouble with him. There's actually a Jason Beckner in chat said, y'all better get up on the wheel if you're going to catch Travis Beckner in the 2 truck. Absolutely. He is laying down some pretty nasty lap times. Kyle Roberts with a little bit of damage here. Let's see if we maybe can go back and see what happened to him. Yeah, just gets loose off the corner and does a little 360. And you know what they say about an Xbox 360. You see it, you do a 360, and you walk away. So he walks away from that wreck. Just minimal damage. Going to lose a little bit of time, though, as Josh Oswald's coming in that 17. Let's go up front. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if anybody has made any kind of headway in the top 5. As we go check out Andy Kurtz here in the 05 machine. Still needing that sponsor. Somebody get him. Somebody sponsor this fella. He's up in the top 5 in the 4th position. Not somebody I would consider a road racer, but so far, man, doing a fantastic job. Obviously, Travis Beckner is in another league. Michael Kostick in the number 8 machine is our resident. He's got a new paint scheme tonight. A man listened to Beyonce and said, let me upgrade you, and got him a new paint scheme. Looking good here as he runs in second place, some 4.3 seconds back from the leader. Kosick, sort of the resident road course guy, man. Fantastic driver. But, man, I can tell you what, Travis Beckner in a separate league altogether. Let's go on board with Travis. Let's see what a nasty lap looks like. As you can look, we'll show the last lap. You can see the difference in the lap times. You see Travis Beckner in the 113.8s. The next fastest driver is a second slower, and the next fastest driver in Sean Cool Andy Kurtz is about half a second. So I mean, a big difference in the top 3. So let's go a lap with Travis and see exactly what he's doing and how he's able to lay down these ridiculous lap times. And usually what you'll notice, just really smooth, not wasting any speed, not scrubbing any speed off, keeping the momentum up. He goes up through the S. It's so important to keep those RPMs up as you climb that hill. As soon as he tops the hill, he shifts down into 4th gear. Going to be aggressive into this bus stop most likely. Be really aggressive with the downshifts. Honestly, I wonder if he's heel toeing. If he's actually using a clutch. There is an advantage to being able to do that. So I wonder if he is, because he is doing a really, really great job of matching RPMs. It's really impressive. Actually drifting through that turn, so man, just it's sort of like control. Actually gets a little bit tight there in turn 7, but yeah, just sort of controlled chaos, just trying to make sure he doesn't lose any speed. And you can see Michael Kosick back there as we look at the difference. Now almost 5 seconds as we look at the different lap times. Last lap, Travis Beckner almost 0.6 faster than Michael Kosick, so he is continually pulling away. Well, let's find us a race. I like to highlight the leaders, especially somebody that is doing such a good job as Travis, but we'll let him go and try to find somebody that is doing some racing back here. Let's try to find a battle. Man, we got a wad of cards back here. What's this battle for? Battle for 19th, starting with Mickey Isaac. Got Brett Bieber. Lord, can't see anything with that camera. He's got Brett Bieber all over the back bumper. Brett was sort of moving up through the pack. I don't know what happened to him. He must have had an issue because he is falling back just a little bit. This is a battle. Let's try to get everybody in here. Charles Stevens, Tracy Patterson, Mickey Isaac, and Brett Bieber. Isaac slow on the front stretch, may just be letting folks by. I'm not sure. I don't know if he has a problem or just not comfortable where he's at. But slowed up and kind of let those guys by. So obviously not feeling very comfortable in that 01 machine. Battle heating up here between Larry Dale and Andy Kurtz. This is for the 4th position. They still have Sean Cool there in sight. Now, unfortunately, Michael Kostick is quite a bit ahead of these drivers, and then Travis is almost 14 seconds ahead of these guys right here after lap 10. So, but you don't really have to worry about, Travis has, I think, made a couple races, but as far as the point standings go, not going to make a huge dent in any of these leads. Of course, our pole sitter, Daniel Pope, trying to hold off Kieran Church, but he is, or not pole sitter, our championship leader, trying to hold off Kieran Church. Currently running in the 7th position, so he's doing a great job of managing this race. Love to be up there battling for the win, but road courses, not everybody's forte. It's a just completely different discipline. And you can just see the difference. I mean, some of these drivers are some of the best short track drivers in iRacing. And you can just see the difference in speed of somebody like Travis Beckner, who is obviously a very, very talented road course racer. Still got this big clump of cars right around the 15th position, looking at Stephen McDonald, as he's got Charles Stevens all over the back bumper with Tracy Passage right behind him as they look out the front windshield to Elliott Carlson. Steve McDonald looking for a little improvement tonight. Road courses, he's got some really talented teammates and bandits, Michael Kostick being one of them. So he definitely can learn a lot from his teammates. Just needs a good finish. Steve McDonald just had some really bad luck so far this season. Definitely has been not really living up to what I'm sure he feels like his potential is. With an average finish of 24th place, I know he is expecting to have a better season. So currently running 17th. He's running above his average. And so if he can finish somewhere around in the 15th position, that'd be good momentum as we go on into the playoffs. Your top 15, pretty spread out. A nice little even gap between most folks. A lot of the racing going on back here. As let's go see where Jonathan Cofield is. We saw him involved in that first little wreck. He's a lap down now, along with Matt Clem and Charlie Elmore. So Travis already putting folks a lap down. So Cofield involved in an incident, already had to come down and make a pit stop along with Travis Beaver, Ray Page, Tyler Rice, and Spencer Gay. So guys having trouble, just trying to recover. No caution, so it won't no ability to really recover that way. So you just gotta, pin your ears back and try to make your way up through the field. He actually comes back down pit road, so still having issues in that 58 machine. Yeah. Another driver that I feel like would probably expects to have a little bit better season than he's had. Just been a tough one for him too. He comes down pit road. Like I said, Travis Beckner still out front, putting Butch Taylor a lap down in that 33 machine as he goes to the bus stop. Currently has lapped up to the 23rd position. Next up on deck is Kyle Roberts, who's a little bit ahead of him. And it looks like Cody Bain coming down pit road. This must be a scheduled stop right before halfway. Looks like they will have to make one stop. Was curious to see how that was going to work out. So pit road already starting to pick up a little bit. As it's like Brandon Wallace also coming down pit road. So pit stop starting already, guys. Already feeling those tires starting to fall away. And especially if you're a lap down, you want to come on in and get that pit stop. Looks like Butch Taylor coming in as well. back here. It's still got this little battle here between Andy Kurtz and Larry Dale, but Andy Kurtz going to come down pit road. Give up the fourth spot. Try to do a little undercut, get those fresh tires, get out there, and maybe they can lay down a good lap, a good out lap, and make up some time there on Sean Cool. They were pretty close, but pit road wide open now. So a lot of guys coming down pit road. See, Kyle Roberts has been put a lap down. Look at the difference between the first and second. 12.6 seconds. I just think Travis is just in a different zip code here. He's just got to stay out of trouble. That's always the kicker with this, is he's got such a big lead. There's no need to take any chances. It's awesome to. I don't know. It's always complicated. You don't want to get out of your rhythm. If you're in a rhythm, you want to stay in there. You don't really want to change up too much. But you also don't want to take too many chances, get caught up in wrecks with lap cars. Just be patient. And that's always the scary thing about having a lead like this, is just one little thing could go wrong. Speeding down pit road, all kinds of mistakes that could happen. But the benefit of having such a big lead is you just don't have to push it as hard. So look at our championship standings as they run. Daniel Pope still with the lead. He is losing a little bit of points right here, as he is currently showing in 13th, as our leader Travis Beckner does come down pit road and make his final stop of the night for sure on lap 15, cutting it right in half. But you see the point standings as they run. Michael Kostick, Andy Kurtz doing a great job. They will continue to beef up their leads, as Daniel Pope currently running in the 13th position. So pit cycle almost over. Probably got another lap or two and everybody will be in. There's just a few people that have not pitted, as we see Sean Cool coming down pit road now. We'll see where everything cycles out, as Kostick is coming around the start-finish line right now. We'll see if he was able to make up any ground on Travis Beckner, who's already up through the S's. So not really, as Travis is able to get around Kiernan, who's right behind him in second. Kiernan yet to make his pit stop. So it will be Travis and Michael Kostick. But Kostick is about 15 seconds now back from Travis. So as pit stops are almost done, we should see everything start to cycle out, see where everybody ended up, if anybody improved or not. Battle for the 7th position is Mickey Isaac getting a bump from Larry Dale in the carousel. Says, excuse me, pardon me, gives him a little bump, shoves him up the track. And Larry Dale trying to run down the number 6 of Andy Kurtz. Mickey Isaac heads down pit road, so just a couple people now. Kieran Church has yet to come down pit road. Charles Stevens Jr. is now in pit road making his stop along with Mickey Isaac. Josh Oswald has yet to come down pit road too, so once they cycle out, we will be done with pit stops. Of course, no yellows, so we're going to see this thing through on green, as here comes Josh Oswald now, bringing the velocity number 17 down pit road. Get 4 tires of fuel, get back out there and try to make up some ground, as he's going to fall outside the top 20. Kieran Church continues to stay out. Everything's sort of spread out. We'll go check in on Brett Bieber. Let's check these positions gained. He is the biggest mover of the race right now, up 14 spots. So I think he's passed more cars than anybody right now. I think he may have already drove through the field a couple times, so I don't know if he had some sort of incident. Couldn't really see what happened to him, but we saw him drop back to the 20th position or so. Looks like a couple people have called it quits already. Matt Knights, Ray Page, and Charlie Elmore have called it a day. Currently running in 32nd, 33rd, and 34th. So some early retirements. Try to watch, see if Brett can run down Elliott Carlson. They've been pretty even the last few laps. Almost identical lap times. We got a change in the lead as I'm over here just watching this little battle here. Travis Beckner with some sort of issue. Let's go back and see what happened to him. Travis Beckner with some lap traffic. Oh, and Brandon Wallace gets into the back of him and spins out the 2 who was in the lead. Go back and watch that one more time from a different view. Brandon Wallace being very aggressive with the leader, racing him hard, and the 2 on the outside, and man, Brandon Wallace just kind of gets up out of the groove in the S's, and he goes around. So Travis back in the 3rd position as he tries to get going, and can't get the truck in that grass. I mean, iRacing's grass model is just awful, just like ice. I mean, just like he's on dry or black ice there as he goes through the grass, and he's just losing time as Caustic goes by him there. So troubles for a leader who had a massive lead, and now is going to have to try to make up that time. You see he's kind of sliding all over the place. I sound like Clint Boyer. So frustrating there if you're the 2 who had just a massive lead, but we talked about it. You know, what's the risk that you're willing to take, you know, especially with the lap trucks. He's got about 9 seconds to the leader, who is Kieran Church, who is yet to pit. But I'd say about 6 seconds back to, 9 seconds back from Kieran Church, and about 6 seconds back from Michael Caustic. So Caustic with new life. I mean, he's got only 10 laps to go. He's got to start laying down some burners here as, you know, Travis is back there. You can see that orange truck. But Caustic has the opportunity to win this thing as Kieran still has to make his pit stop. So it will cycle out to Caustic. So it's going to be an exciting finish. Travis obviously pretty quick right now, about 6/10 on the last lap faster. That's going to be close. We'll see if he's able to make that ground up in this short amount of time. I mean, we're only talking about, you know, a minute, 15-second laps. That's going to go by really, really quickly. we'll keep an eye on that. I hate that I missed that, but like I said, there's just so much going on. If you could see what I'm seeing on the track with all the incidents and people running off track, it's hard to keep up with everything, but we were able to go back on the Kinder Farm and Ranch Records Rewind and see what happened. Thanks to them. Well, man, Larry Dale, Andy Kurtz, they have continued to find each other. We talked about them a couple times as Kieran Church does. Oh, he wrecks. Kieran Church has spun out. Don't know what's going on with Kieran as he was slow, and then he gets on the rumble strip as he's coming down pit road and just spins out right in front of second place Michael Kostick, and he is out of the race. What is going on? That kind of slowed up Kostick a little bit, but he does take over the lead. So now this is the race right here. Is can Travis Beckner track him down? As we look at the last laps, Travis a little bit faster, not as big as he was, but I mean, with that carrot out front. Right now, Michael Kostick is your leader, running a clean race so far. 0 incidents out of the number 8 machine. So he is doing what he's got to do to get this thing. Travis Beckner with about 8 incidents, 4 of them there probably with Brandon Wallace, but most likely a lot of off tracks. But as across the line, we'll see what the difference. Kostick, a 115.2 as Travis crosses the line, a 114.9, so he's still catching about 3/10 a lap. At 3/10 a lap, it's going to be really, really close as they get down to the end. Man, this is going to be an exciting finish. If you're Michael Kostick, you're just talking to people. He's got his teammate right in front of him. He's like, hey, man, get out of the way. And Brandon Wallace, who was involved, and his teammate's going to go inside of Brandon Wallace. So what a weird decision to do that, you know. They're racing their own race. They're not really concerned with Kostick, but I'm sure Kostick's keying up, going, "Hey guys, let's settle this thing. Let me go." And his teammate does let him go down in the carousel. Go on board with Travis Beckner. Is nothing will make you harder or drive harder and be as locked in as when you get spun out. That anger, man, it just brings something out of you. And he's definitely going to be driving angry as he's trying to track down this 8 machine. He is just sliding all over the place, completely drifting turn 6 there. And the gap is down to 3.4 seconds with just 6 laps remaining here at Watkins Glen here in the Hardline Rebel Truck Series. As everybody's starting to spread out as far as in the top 20. Not really any battles on the track. Andy Kurtz and Larry Dale, excuse me, are still side by side. Larry has caught the 05 machine. The 82 being very aggressive. We saw him already push somebody out of the way into the carousel, so not afraid to use the bumper. He's going to look down to the inside. He's going to have the position into the bus stop, but Andy covers it, and they're able to get through the bus stop without any contact, as Andy does a great job. Andy able to hold on to it for just a little while. Oh, no. Oh, and Travis Beckner goes around again. As Brandon Wallace is going to get into him again. I'm not really sure let's go back a little bit. This is the same issue that happened earlier. The lap car of the 99 got into the 2. And so it's the same issue again. They're back together. Brandon Wallace not pulling over and just letting him go at all. He's fighting him hard. Little door there. maybe the 99 didn't like that. I'm not real sure, but as they go down into turn 7, the 99 drops deep down in there, and the 2 goes around again. So, unfortunately, lap cars really playing a big role in this this race. Unfortunately for Travis Begner, he's been on the wrong side of it a couple times now. So, well, your leader with about 4 laps to go is Michael Kostick, who has a now 10-second lead over Sean Cool, who is currently running in the second place, who inherited that second place after Travis gets spun again. Sean Cool having a great race. Sort of a quiet race, sitting in second place. Has been up front all race long and just kind of been a recipient of some nice there's some confusion in chat. The 99 is not a teammate of the 8. The 58 was the teammate. So just to be clear. Yeah, but Sean Cool in the good position to try to get a good finish here tonight. It's going to be a great finish for him. We'll go check out this battle. Still raging on between Andy Kurtz and Larry Dale. They have been just non-stop going at it. Larry seems to be a little bit faster, but not able to get around the 05 machine. Andy, you're doing a great job of defending that position. Kind of check in on some battles right now, looking out the front windshield of Charles Stevens Jr. Is right in front of him. He's got Eric Tracy. Charles was a little bit faster that last lap. Spencer Gay in that 69 machine going to go a little bit wide. Charles Stevens like to go ahead and get around him as he grabs a gear. Keep that thing wound up for the S's. Oh, he shifts a little bit early. You can hear that if I would shut up, you could hear the engine actually bog down. It shifts up just a little bit too early, and you can see the difference as Eric really has the speed down the straightaway as they enter the bus stop. But Charles seems to be doing a really good job in the turns. Is Eric going to go a little bit wide, taking a different line, sort of a diamond approach. Ojik actually gets loose. Rear tires on that 67 looking pretty tough. Maybe a little overheated. Charles Stevens smelling blood. Going to maybe look down to the inside. Does not. Going to keep pushing it, though, as we only have a couple laps to go. Michael Kostick has already taken 2 to go. Charles has a nice, is he going to look down to the inside, try to outbrake the 67? I think so. He's looking. Just puts a little pressure on. Oh, and Eric Tracy bites and overshoots the corner. So Charles Stevens going to take that position. Very, very good job by Charles Stevens Jr. showing the inside, making him think about it, look in the mirror. And Eric obviously struggling a little bit on tires. Goes a little bit wide. Go check in on third place. He is trying to hunt down Sean Cool as Sean is surrounded by lap cars. Just a few laps to go. While, I mean, definitely going to be disappointed if you're Travis Beckner. Just a tough way of going. I mean, it's racing. It happens. Just not really sure what's going on between him and the 99. But, if I'm Sean Cool, I have to really decide if he's aware of what is going on. Maybe try to decide how important second place is, because I know Travis Beckner is understandably upset. So we'll see how patient each one of them is. He's going to try to drive down to the inside and set his sights on second place. White flag is out, though, for Michael Kostick, who is going through the S's now. So he's got a 11-second lead over Sean Cool and Travis Beckner. And Travis Beckner is there as they go up the S's themselves. We're going to try to get both finishes. Definitely want to show Kostick he's able to make it. Gets to the bus stop. He's got a few trucks in front of him, but he's got a big gap. He really doesn't need to push anything. So he can afford to kind of take it easy. Just wait on guys to get everything kind of settled up, as Matt Clement a little bit wide there off the corner, but just 2 more turns here for Michael Kostick, who's going to do a great job of keeping his nose clean and goes down into the last couple corners. And Michael Kostick able to keep the truck clean. He's going to come off the last corner. Barney's got the checkered flag in hand, and Michael Kostick is going to take the checkered flag and takes the win here at Watkins Glen. Right behind him, Sean Cool able to hold off a hard-charging Travis Beckner as Sean Cool takes home second place. Travis Beckner finishes in third place. Andy Kurt's going to take home the fourth place, and Larry Dale, with a great battle those two had all race long, going to be your top 5. So really fantastic race. As we look at the standings here, Michael Kostick going to make up a little bit of ground here on Daniel Pope at the end of this thing, and Andy Kurtz as well. So eating into that lead a little bit. Of course, everything will reset in playoffs, so not a huge deal, but still worth noting that they were able to increase their lead over Sean Cool and those drivers. So, but a good race, a lot of fun. I think a relatively clean race, other than just a few major incidents. But 34 drivers on Watkins Glen, man, that was a lot of fun. But Michael Kostick is your winner here tonight. So best paint of the night is going to go to, I don't know. Let's see. I think Alex Beats is going to be our best paint of the night if we can get him on camera. Where is he at? Well, I am just struggling to try to find what in the world? Got people driving backwards on the track. I'm trying to find Alex Veith here on the list. There he is. Alex Veith in that 51 machine. He is going to be the Jeff By Jr. Art best paint of the night. So congratulations to Alex for that nice looking truck. And let's go ahead and get into the post-race show, and let's talk to our winner. I'm ready to talk to the winner of tonight's race, Michael Kostick. So go ahead and get the Flexible Freight Solution post-race show going. All right, let's get Michael in here. Michael, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Eddie.
Well, man, a really good race, smart. Just the one incident on the night, just a smooth race out of you, expecting to come in here and perform well, knowing that you're a really good road course driver. But out of the gate, Travis Beckner laying down some pipe around here as he was just head and shoulders ahead, and you just kind of watched him as the race went on, just drive off into the sunset. What's your thoughts as he kind of just takes off and you kind of feel like maybe I don't have the pace for him, and kind of keep your head into the game?
Well, as soon as I seen him drive away, I knew I didn't have the pace for him. So my best bet was for him to have bad luck, which I seemed to luck into. So I was just kind of running my race and taking second as a win.
Well, a fantastic race for sure, and to take advantage of some bad luck, able to take the control of the race on the back half. Saw you were dealing with a lot of lap traffic. That became something that just kept the leaders were having to deal with. How difficult was it to catch the lap traffic at the right time, make the right moves, and not put them in a bad spot, but also not put yourself in a bad spot?
It must have been pretty hard because I kept seeming to catch him out of the bus stop, and that might have been the worst spot to catch him at. So caught a couple. I was kind of trying to catch him off the corner on a long straightaway just to be able to get a run and get around him, but for the most part, seemed to be out of the bus stop every time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, tell me what the trick is. What's the trick to be fast? I mean, obviously Travis was really fast, but you were too. I mean, you were a second faster than the rest of the field, which is such a crazy thing to think about. Two drivers a second off each other, and then you were just in a different echelon. What do you think the trick is to this track? With this vehicle that made you so successful tonight versus other folks. Maybe what you were seeing that they were doing different that you were, just being able to do a lot better at.
For
That's
the
a
most
horrible
part, it was
question.
just
It's a horrible question. Sorry.
most part just trying to save the rear tires and race the track and kind of not focus too much on the other cars because then you just run their line and if they make a mistake, you make a mistake. So just save the tires up and hit your marks.
Well, hit your marks. You definitely did. Man, congratulations. That's your first win of the season, which is so surprising to me, but it's just a testament to how competitive this series is. I mean, you're sitting third in points. Uh, Got to feel good now, especially you're already basically locked into the playoffs, but now you're really locked in. Does it feel good to sort of get that win and get that kind of off your shoulders, where you kind of take the stress off as you've been kind of had that goose egg all season so far?
Um, yeah, I mean, I felt like I've had a couple good runs. It's just races haven't fallen in, and with so many fast people in the league, it's tough to come by them. So I'll take this one as a gift. You got to take them as you can get them.
All right, well, man, congratulations on the win. Definitely well deserved. And as always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, thank you for doing the broadcast. Kleeman for everything he does for the series and all the other admins, and then Hardline Transport Solutions and my teammates at Bandits.
All righty, there you have it. Your winner, Michael Cossack, gets his first win of the season and definitely solidifies himself as a championship contender going down into the playoffs after just a couple races left to go. So let's get second place in here. Sean Cool. Sean, this Eddie in the booth, you got me?
I do. What's going on?
Yeah, well, man, you and Michael able to stay out of the mess and have some really quiet, good finishes, and sitting there running in third most of the race. Had a lot of speed. Uh, Tell us about your night. How'd it go for you?
Yeah, well, don't ask me how, because I can't remember the last time I've ever even attempted a road course. So I was just out here winging it tonight, and honestly, we had a nice clean start. I was able to work through the first lap to get, I think, about the first lap or second lap or so. I was able to get up to third, and then from there, it kind of strung out pretty well. And I was just trying to kind of bide my time, save the tires a little bit, so I can make it to 15, 16 laps till it was time to pit. It was obvious that Travis was in a league of his own, and Caustic was getting out there as well. So it was pretty obvious I was going to be a third place truck at best, and I was just trying to keep it between the paint, and keep it clean, not loop it, get through lap traffic pretty easy. And at that point, I was just trying to just trying to audition for the SPM Daytona 24-hour race because there was nothing more I had.
Well, really exciting to watch you guys race. I mean, Travis, with a head of steam, was headed your way there at the end and able to hold him off. Um, you know, yeah, I don't know what question to ask you because you just had such a clean and quiet race. You didn't really race too many people, but for somebody that doesn't really race road courses, didn't spend a whole lot of time practicing. What do you feel like was the difference? What did you learn through the race that, from the start of the race towards the end, that helped you improve your lap times and keep you in second place there at the end from a hard charging Travis Beckner?
Yeah, honestly, I just tried to not give up the gap to Travis too significantly in the areas that he was the quickest when he really got settled back in and into a rhythm and was starting to run me back down. And honestly, I was just trying to time it up so when he caught me, it was a place he wasn't going to be able to get around me, and just trying to let the laps count down in my favor there. As far as anything I learned in the race, I think I might have learned something running with Travis on that last lap, seeing where he was faster and trying to figure out how. So maybe when we come back to a road course next time, I'll have a few more tools in the toolbox. But other than that, I really wasn't around anybody but some lap cars, and they were pretty good getting out of the way for the most part. I did lock it up once underneath Kyle Roberts, I think it was, and got into the back of Tyler a little bit, and so apologize to them. But for the most part, fairly clean and getting out of here with a good spot, a good finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just 2 more races to go. You got Phoenix and you got Texas Legacy to set the playoffs. You're obviously locked in with that win that you had early on. You got to feel good about the playoffs. What's your kind of strategy going forward? You can kind of look ahead. You can look ahead to Kentucky or Auto Club or Richmond. Yeah, I know you got some tracks circled, but what's your plan the next few weeks? How are you going to approach as we get ready to lock in 12 dudes and to crown a champion?
Yeah, man, I definitely got the short track circled. I think all of us SPM guys do. A lot of the mile and a halves have been pretty good to us so far this season when I haven't made a mistake here and there. So really looking into the playoffs, just trying to clean up the mistakes and clean up any areas where I've lost time throughout the races or didn't finish. And I feel like there's a couple races that I either messed up in qualifying and started deep and then got taken out, or just made a mistake myself throughout the race or whatever. And if I was to have removed those from the schedule, I'd be even further up in the points battle. So I feel like even without a win, we could point our way through a few of the rounds and try to get all the way to the end. It'd be really nice to have an SPM Final Four sweep, but we'll take it one race at a time, try to minimize mistakes, and do what we can to get there.
All right. Well, there you have it. Second place finisher, Sean Cool. As always, man, who you got to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs?
Yeah, not to be cliche, but just want to thank our SPM team, Velocity Motorsports. Thank you for these broadcasts. Are really fun to watch, and I haven't got to talk to you in a little bit actually because of mistakes. So I just want to thank you guys and the admins and those that put in extra work for this league to make this go around, and we'll be back next week.
All right. There you have it. Second place finisher. Uh, Sean Cole, I'm not laughing at you, Sean. I'm just, I don't know what's about to happen, and I'm here for it. But we got to talk to a very disappointed Travis Beckner. Let's get him up into the chat. Travis, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Well, definitely a disappointing race for you. I mean, you started out with a massive lead and really just kind of could set your cruise control. If you had fifth gear, you just drop her down in fifth and just ride. But man, caught up a couple times with some lap traffic, and it kind of really put you behind the eight ball. From your perspective, kind of what happened there with the 99 machine, and then obviously, if you want to, you can talk about your race, man, and how it went.
Yeah, it was a fun race. I'm like Brandon was down in the waiting room apologizing to me. I understand from his point of view with me taking it 3 wide on the front stretch, but going, I really wasn't mad the first time because I know that was a mistake, but the second time, which ended up also being a mistake on his part, so I'm not really mad. Just from my point of view, it looked like he was intentionally trying to wreck me, but he wasn't. So I'm
Well,
just happy about the fact that he came back and apologized to me and everything. So
Well, man, he apologized. That's disappointing to hear. Well, no. Well, I mean, to be able to to find the silver linings, able to recover and still finish in third place. I know it's not the win that you wanted, or maybe that definitely deserved. But racing happens, and that's just that's part of it. If you get on a track with 34 other guys, the likelihood you make contact with one of them, maybe even twice, is pretty high. So, I appreciate you being sort of positive about it, and mistakes happen, and so I'm glad to hear that y'all got that settled up. But yeah, talk about the first part of that race. Where do you think that? I mean, you were head and shoulders above Michael Kosick, which is sort of the resident road course guy. About a second faster than him. I talked to Michael, and he was about second faster than the rest of the field. What do you think was the difference in your and Michael's approach to road courses that was so much faster than everybody else? What do you think is the secret that kind of puts you up in a different echelon than the rest of the drivers?
I mean, I really don't know. There was a few people that I was watching in practice. They weren't using as much curb as I was in the bus stop. I think that may have something to do with it. The bus stop in the outer loop area. Because I was also hearing that nobody was dragging the brake as well through there. So I had I just come here do this for fun. Not trying to get anybody in trouble or get mad at anybody. So.
Well, like I said, I mean, I think it would be natural for you to be upset. Obviously, you got wrecked out of the lead, and that's there's nothing wrong with being upset. But I appreciate you taking a positive approach to it. I mean, third place, especially in this series, is nothing to sneeze at. It's a very good finish. Not the one that you maybe deserve, but still a really, really good finish. So congratulations on third place. Know you'd like to have the win, but that's still a very, very good finish. I mean, you were some 8 seconds ahead of fourth place after getting taken out twice. So I think that's really impressive. So gotta hang your hat on that maybe a little bit. So congratulations. And as always, Travis, who you got to thank? Any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, first off, got to thank my sponsor, Collier Cutters Custom Landscaping of Southwest Florida. Let's see. I gotta pull this up real quick to see who I also gotta thank. um, Also gotta thank Thompson Pipeline Group, um, Rick's Hot Sauce, everybody at Miller Racing, and you taking the time out of your day to come do this, and everybody that came out to race tonight.
There you have it. Travis Beckner, your third place finisher. Disappointed, obviously, but still, third place, really, really good finish. So not a bad finish out of him. So congratulations to that. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I sound like the NASCAR broadcast where I just repeat myself over and over again. But yeah, fantastic race. All around, very dramatic. A lot of stuff was going on, and Michael Kosick comes out the victor. So congratulations to him. Let's go and look through the results here and see where everybody else finished. Andy Kurtz able to hold off Larry Dale for that fourth place finish. Larry Dale with the fifth. Sixth is James Nelson. We didn't talk about him too much, but just quietly comes home with the sixth place. Daniel Pope was running outside the top 10, come home with a seventh position. Good Lord. Brandon Pollock with an eighth. Dylan Bates ninth. Cody Bame in 10th. 11th, Brett Bieber. Man, Brett Bieber, your Hard Charger Award winner. So congratulations to Brett Bieber, the Dark Horse Motorsports Hard Charger Award winner. So congratulations to the 808. Brett Bieber made up a ton of spots starting outside the top 30 and comes home in 11th. That is really, really, really impressive. I bet he wished he had a little bit better qualifying, but bet it was a lot of fun passing all those cars. So if you look right here to the side, you can see 18 positions he gained. So congratulations to him. Charles Stevens with a fantastic 12th place position. Chris McLean, who we saw going spinning into the bus stop, rallies back to a 13th. 14th is Eric Tracy. 15th, Stephen McDonald. 16th, Elliott Carlson. 17th, Kieran Church. 18th, Jonathan Cofield. 19th, Travis Bieber. 20th, Mickey Isaac. 21st is Brandon Wallace. 22nd is Tyler Rice. 23rd, Kyle Roberts. 24th, Josh Oswald. 25th, Corey Bigley. 26th is Butch Taylor. 27th, Matt Clement. 28th, Tracy Passons. 29th, Tommy Osborne. 30th is Alex Veith. 31st, Spencer Gay. 32nd, Charlie Elmore. 33rd, Ray Page. 34th, Matt Knights. And Mike Veith decided in practice he said, "Nah, I'm gonna take care of everybody else and just not show up." His words, not mine. That's what he said in chat. So, but man, just a fantastic race. Love road courses. It's a little bit easier when there's less cars to try to get everybody, but I think we did a good job of catching as many battles as possible and all the drama up front. So congratulations again to Michael Kostick. Obviously, as far as these awards, the Hard Luck Award, the No Neck Fashion Player Hard Luck Award, the obvious answer is Travis Begner. I hate to give the Hard Luck Award to the person who finished third, though. So I got to give it to Kieran Church, who was doing a great job and just spun it, trying to get on the pit road, I believe. But he's going to be the No Net Fast Sprayer Hard Luck Award winner as he comes home in 17th position. But I think he definitely deserved a little bit better finish than that. So he is your Hard Luck Award winner again. Keep saying the same thing over and over. So I'm trying to click a 1,000 things at one time. Got to read a lot of chats, trying to keep up with all the stuff, post races going on. But yeah, thank all of our sponsors. Very, very fun season so far. Getting ready for the playoffs. I cannot wait. The intensity of the playoffs really ramps up. It's going to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to that. Cannot wait to see who wins this thing, man. I have no idea. Looking at the point standings, I have no clue. We look through here real quick. I mean, your top 10 are all championship level drivers. Every one of them. Who's going to win this thing? I don't know. I mean, Daniel Pope has definitely set himself apart, but as we've seen tonight, it only takes one bad race. You get to the final four, that's great, but you got to be the top finishing four of the four drivers. And I mean, there are drivers even back further. If you look back through here, I mean, all kinds of drivers who can make some serious hay in the playoffs. So I don't know who's going to win this thing. It's been exciting. It's been a great season. So looking forward to see how it all plays out. We've got a couple more races though. As you look right here, we got Phoenix coming up next week, 125 laps. That'll be a lot of fun. Texas Legacy, which I love that they use the Legacy track. That ought to be a super fun track. And then the playoffs start, man. Kentucky Auto Club Richmond. That is a very, very fun 3-race entry into the playoffs. And then Atlanta Legacy, which cannot wait for that. Bristol, Kansas. That's the round of 8 is a tough round. If you look right there, Atlanta Legacy, which is not an easy track. Bristol, and then Kansas, man, just a tough round of 8. So your Final Four will be at Charlotte, and they will definitely, by the time they run that gauntlet, will definitely be the most deserving 4. So anyway, want to thank all of our sponsors. Thank everybody for watching tonight. Hey, you know what? Chat was wild, man. Some back and forth in chat. I love to see it, man. I love to see it. Talking a little trash, telling me how you feel. I like that. I like to see that. So definitely appreciate y'all being active in chat. That makes it entertaining for me, and definitely appreciate it. So anyway, y'all have a good night. We will see y'all. Ripple Racing Network will be back on Wednesday night, I believe, for Thunderstruck. Alex Beats will be running the show there. Then we'll be back on Thursday night for Apex, and Friday for Grand National and ARCA. We'll be right back here next Sunday night, so come on out. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you.